And that's the scary part, because you look at him, you see the acne, you can see his hormones are all out of whack. It's scary when you look at this.
How could such an intelligent human being eat such a horrendously awful diet?
If he was my son right now, I would be terrified.
Yeah.
Every single day, I would be terrified.
He's close to $100,000 a month, which is absolutely insane for a 21-year-old kid.
There is a pandemic in the fitness community, one that mostly affects young and impatient teens who only think of what they want and not their future. There's a darker side of fitness in which Sam Sulek is a part of. Sam Sulek is a fitness influencer / content creator who has been getting tons of traction recently, and you've probably seen him on your For You page on TikTok or on your recommendation on YouTube if you're into fitness. Sam has amassed 1.2 million followers on TikTok from his videos of him giving his audience terrible advice. And of course, he's not serious, but his young audience might actually take some of these things seriously. Number 1 tips for beginners: start ego lifting. It's not just his terrible advice that helped him go viral, but his insane physique and him just being 21 years old. And of course, I don't think he's natural. How do I know? Maybe it's because he's 240 pounds, covered in acne, and looks 20 years older than he actually is. But before he became a mass monster, he was just a regular, healthy, athletic teen. And over the course of some years, an obsession dwelled and grew. And out of nowhere, he stepped into the content creation world and surpassed everyone within a month, making it to the number 4 trending tab, seeming like he came out of nowhere and took over. But you can't grow this quick without other content creators making videos on you.
Thought about calling this a natty or not, but it's so extremely obvious that this guy, he's 100% natural, that I thought, why even bother?
Community has a new tyrant, and he goes by the name of Sam Sulek. He's only 20 or 21 years old, and he's all on the sauce, like a giant jar of ragu, and it just makes me sick. You see that right there? He's putting on testosterone gel onto his lips. He's doing a second dose too, bro. But you know what? At least I'm gonna live until I'm 40. Look at this guy just driving around in his car, just being on PEDs, hurting the moral fabric of our society, taking away and diminishing the hard work of us naturals.
Countless videos were made on Sam Sulek, but in true retrospect, most of them were negative. Almost all of the videos made on Sam Sulek were on his health and diet. Everyone is worried for Sam because we all know and have seen what happens when you choose this path. Because not everyone gets a happy ending, and not everyone makes it out unscathed. And I'm sure it pains many of us to see the steroid abuse, even if Sam Sulek never brings it up. And some might ask themselves how such a smart kid can make such unwise decisions, eating tons of junk food, endless sugar, and low quality calories. This is no longer health and fitness, it's diabetes and health problems disguised behind the great physique.
To his thread on Sublet, and his fans, they can't get enough. They want to emulate this guy. They want to do everything exactly as he does. Does anyone know which Adidas hat some said it wears? What is the orange blue juice that Sam drinks while lifting? Anyone know what hat Sam wears? Sam's sweatpants. How do I get Sam's hair? Everything Sam's, including Sam Sulek cycle. And so the fans, they like him so much, perhaps it's subliminally because he looks a lot like Carrot Top. You know that guy, comedian, lifted weights, and so they want to do everything that he does, perhaps to look like him. And so,
but if you look past everything, Sam Sulek as a person is a great guy. His YouTube content is him vlogging his workouts and bad diet. He just seems to like going to the gym to get a workout in, and he says he isn't thinking about competing anytime soon, and that he's just trying to get a head start. Sam Sulek has gathered almost 1 million subscribers on YouTube in the span of 7 months. It's easy to see how young teens can enjoy watching him, since he's not only passionate in the gym, but also in his content creation. His YouTube content mostly consists of him working out and documenting his growth. It isn't anything new, it might have just been luck that he was able to make it this way, while others fail miserably.
he's really trying to get the maximum blood flow to the muscle. He's pushing beyond his limit. Now, my personal opinion is this workout was way too hard. I don't think in my entire lifetime I've ever done a chest workout with this much volume at this level of intensity. And remember, I'm an IFBB pro that's trained for over 3 decades. This guy is only 21 years of age. And as you can see on the pec deck, he's doing partial range of motion. He's trying to destroy his chest. I've rarely seen anyone do this many sets to failure and beyond. My personal opinion, he's probably training harder than he needs to. I don't think he needs to do this many sets with this kind of intensity, but perhaps he's been doing this for years.
Sam Sulek is a certified ego lifter, and when he has a chance to avoid cardio, he takes it without hesitation. It's admirable how far he'll go to avoid taking one step, but he does do one type of cardio: cycling. Sam isn't just big, he's also insanely strong. He is able to max out all the machines and has to use one leg on a leg extension. And like all ego lifters, his range of motion is terrible, and his excuse for this is he does whatever works for him. If you're a natural lifter and maybe even an enhanced one, you shouldn't copy Sam. He has elite genetics, and his training method might not get you results, and even worse, it might get you hurt. You don't get this big at 5'11", 240 pounds with just steroids and elite genetics. It takes a lot of time and dedication to build a monstrous physique like Sam Sulek's. And some even think Sam Sulek's physique is obtainable naturally. Unless you're Ronnie Coleman or a mutant from outer space, you're not getting a physique like this naturally. And Sam Sulek is not the only 21-year-old mass monster. Here's Ahmed, a men's physique competitor.
That aren't gonna just rag on him here are people that truly understand all the hard work and sacrifice it takes to be a 21-year-old looking like this. Yes. Is this acne bad? Yeah, it's part of the process, right?
It takes a lot of sacrifice to achieve something like this. But is it worth it? Ronnie Coleman even stated that there are a lot more ways to make it as a bodybuilder, or if you have a great physique. For Ronnie Coleman, back then bodybuilding was one of the only ways besides acting and modeling to make it. So many choices nowadays, but they choose the most dangerous route. Now, a few people might say Sam Sulek is a grown man and he's 21 years old. He can make his own decisions. And I say to that, yeah, and of course he can. And he's a man, but he's a very young man. And when you were 21 years old, I'm sure you didn't have everything figured out. And many old lifters regret many of the sacrifices and choices they've made. And if you're gonna put your health on the line, you better do it as safely as possible.
Right, so the amount of comments I have on Sam Sulek's diet is just insane. What people don't understand is the guy's on trend. Simple as that. No hate against him, like, you know, he looks fucking insane, but the guy's on trend, so, you know, I'd pay to see someone eat his diet, you know, natural and make any sort of gains.
Sam Sulek has to have the most unhealthy diet possible. His breakfast consists of half a gallon of chocolate milk filled with fat and sugar, and then cinnamon toast crunch and more milk, fast food, donuts, and even more milk. And his skin looks reddish and tomatoish, maybe due to his steroid use or diet. The way he eats definitely affects him. He probably has bad digestion from all the crap food he eats, which will affect his cut. Besides his health and overall skin, his channel is doing really well. When first making his channel, he had already reached 1,000 subscribers in the first week, thanks to his loyal following from TikTok. No questions about it, Sam Sulek is definitely a hardworking and smart person, and he's gifted in the world of bodybuilding. Maybe this symbolizes the fitness industry. Most natural lifters never get this attention. It seems you have to do the craziest things to stand out, just like this teen who took trend for 30 days for views and controversy. It's like they say, don't hate the player, hate the game.
That's enough. That's kind of nice, because even if I fail, I can just push myself back up.